Welcome back to Lord TV, L3RD TV. That's what everybody needs. Is a breather after that game. Just a long-winded breather, because that was stressful. That was worse than the Leganes game. What you would have thought? In 5-day turnaround, that much stress in 2 games. That should have been pretty clear cut. Man, that was bad. But of course, we won 5-4 in aggregate. Game score of 4-4. What a headache. Let's get into it. Let's break it down. Look at where things went wrong, went good, went everywhere. That was a shit show. That was bad. That was bad. That was horrible. Which of course it could have been worse, but we won. So first things first, the starting lineup caught me off guard, mainly with the left back position. I didn't see Kamavinga getting the start at left back. It's kind of weird, kind of random. But let's go through it. So of course, Lunin in goal, Courtois out. Like I said, Lucas Vazquez was probably going to get the nod at right back. Asensio and right center back. And the man I've been calling for a couple games now. Like, oh, where's Alaba? Where's Alaba? But we see where he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be on the field, because that was a poor performance, but I'll cut him a little slack. He hasn't played. It's very inconsistent. He's had kind of relapses with different little injuries, little knocks here and there. So I'll cut him a break, but that was a bad performance. That was bad. That was horrible. And then Kamavinga at left back. First half, he was solid. He was all right. The second half, he was kind of getting cooked. Kubo was kind of cooking him in that second half. But to be fair, he hasn't played there all season. I think he has, one game or one little cameo where he kind of played at left back. And, he's really started to kind of make good headway as far as kind of getting his form back. The Leganes game, he was all right. He was above average, I would say. But unfortunately, he kind of got thrown into that position. Which, like I said, first half he was okay. I didn't think there was anything bad out of him in the first half, but that second half he was getting torched. Kubo was torching him. So we'll kind of see what happens over the weekend against Arsenal in the midweek coming up. Kind of, where he's gonna be, if he's gonna be starting, if he's gonna be on the bench. I'm kind of interested to see how that plays out. If he's gonna get another cameo at the left back position, or if we're just gonna go ahead and throw him in the midfield. I guess we'll kind of see how that goes. But moving up the field, then we had Valverde, Jude, and Tchouaméni in midfield. Valverde, always solid. Tchouaméni was okay. I think he had a couple of moments where you might ask where was he on certain defensive sequences. Jude was okay. Obviously, he got a goal to help us out. Nicked the goal for us. We had 2 goals. I remember the Vinny assist and Rudiger, Hendrick, Jude. That's how crazy the game was, and I'm forgetting who scored the goals. Like, who was it? Did you get 2 goals? Chouameni, the header from Chouameni, which I'll touch on. Let me finish up the lineups. Hendrick, like I said, he probably was wouldn't be surprised if he got the start as our leading scorer in this competition. And so we had a Brazilian front 3, Rodrigo and Vinny rounded it out. But speaking of Chouameni and Rudiger on the goals, some set piece goals. We can score from set pieces. Wow. 2-1 game. I guess we were bound to win. We got two set piece goals in one game. You like, who would have thought? So I guess we were bound to win. With looking at that, but the game was poor. Like I had mentioned in the match preview, we just needed to keep it tight for 15-20 minutes. 15-20 minutes, keep it tight. And of course, they score. What, on the 16 minute mark? Yeah, 16 minute mark. Come on. And of course, where does it come from? From the old Lucas Vazquez side. I don't know why he was dragged in that much. I didn't really understand it, because even when Asensio kind of tracked his runner and pressed, Valverde had already dropped. The ball just so happened to go right above Valverde's head to the Real Sociedad player, but there was no need for Lucas Vazquez to be in that position because there was no threat there. The threat was on the wing, so he should have just stayed wide. He tucked in too much, and that's kind of when the domino effect of the shit show started. So what are you gonna do? But our defense is just it's very leaky. It's gonna leak goals no matter what. So, which is concerning when you're looking at the Arsenal match, because obviously they're a much better side than Real Sociedad. So you can only hope that after the first leg we're not down 8 goals. But I'll get into a match preview on that in next week with that one rolling around. But this was just a stressful game to watch, and honestly, this match review is going to be short because it was just bad. It was just bad all around. Very similar to the Leganes match review. Really, not too much to say. Like I had mentioned in the preview, the boys going to be up for it. There's going to be motivation. What signs are there going to be for the team to have to kind of put in a good performance? And of course, there is no good performance. It just is a performance of Ancelotti's favorite word, suffering, a suffering performance, and us pushing through and just getting the dub. That's like, it's such a head scratcher. This team, with the talent that is on the pitch at all times, this is just the constant bad performances after bad performance after bad performance. Defensive structure is horrendous. The constant trust in Lucas Vasquez, who hasn't warranted that, and for us to not even, like earlier in the season when like he's been bad from Carvajal's injury to this day. So all season he's been bad, and we put no trust in the young players. And you know, look what happened with Raul Asensio. We got lucky with Raul Asensio and him being forced to play, and look what we got out of that. Our best center back of the season so far. Like, imagine if we put a little trust in one of our young right backs, because it can't be worse. It can't be worse. So it's not like, oh, what if it can't be, because this is rock bottom. Our right back situation is rock bottom. Lucas Vasquez is horrible. We've literally conceded in every game he has played, bar maybe 2 games, from his side, consistently. Chances created from his side. So the boys need to really look in the mirror. Maybe this will give them a boost. Like, oh, we pulled through, and it could honestly give the team a boost going forward, just because it was like kind of like a nail biter, and they actually pushed through, and they're gonna, you know, feel good and be like that, you know, da 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 da. We won the game, and we came back, and we were able to suffer. I don't want to see that. As a Real Madrid fan, I don't see it. Of course, as a neutral, this is probably an amazing game. Like, oh my God, 4-4. Oh, no. It should have been an easy 2-1, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1. Like, calm, collected, easy see-through game. And it was anything but. But who knows? It might push the team forward with some momentum. Them having kind of pulled the game out in extra time. So look at it from that standpoint, positive. One at least, you know, so this whole thing isn't negative. Because I feel like even the last match review against Leganés was pretty negative. So, which it's warranted. I don't want to be negative, but the team's performance has been negative. But to touch on a positive note, Endrick getting another goal. I thought he was solid. I didn't think we necessarily needed Mbappe. Mbappe kind of coming on. He didn't really do anything. He was more just looked like he was just kind of stretching his legs. But I think Endrick warranted the full 90 minutes, even extra time. I think he could have stayed on. I don't think he should have been subbed off. Vinny and Rodrigo. Vinny had a better game than Rodrigo. Of course, Vinny getting 2 assists. Probably was the most threatening. Rodrigo was pretty quiet. Kind of seemed similar to Jude. Like, he was just kind of stretching his legs. It didn't seem like he was too interested in the game. Jude, like I had mentioned, going through the lineups, he was good. He was fine. You know, his offense and defense always helps the team. Valverde, our 50 lung man, always running around trying to help the team offensively, defensively. So there was a couple good moments, bright spots in the team, but for the most part, it was a pretty bad performance collectively. Arda Güler coming on, he was solid when he came on. Brahim, he was kind of average. Him coming on, I didn't think he had too big of an impact. But I thought Arda would look good. He looked motivated. He had a good level of awareness of the situation, if you will, and really made the most of his minutes. Obviously, getting the game-winning assist from Rudiger's the set piece where Rudiger scores the header. So, you know, I'm happy that he made an impact and that he was trusted. in that moment to make an impact. So that's good. Hopefully we can continue to build on that, and Arda can build on that and kind of get, even for over the weekend against who do we play, Villarreal or Valencia, one of the two. He can get some minutes there, so he can kind of hopefully be a good impact sub going forward for the remaining games in the season. But that's a bit about it for me. I'm not trying to look at any stats. We outshot them 25 to whatever it was. It was bad. It was just bad. So hopefully we'll, like I said, maybe this spurs us on and puts a little fire in us going forward. Of course, like I said, we got the game against Villarreal or Valencia, one of the two, coming up here on the weekend, and then we have the big match against Arsenal. So you get a match preview and reviews for both of those games. We'll probably see another rotationed side against Valencia, as we're going to want to roll out our stronger lineup. For Arsenal. So I think which is good. Get some of these players some minutes that haven't been getting as many minutes. Yeah, Valencia. So we'll see. It's a 10-15. Oh, Jesus. It's an early game. Real Madrid in those early games are not it. So we'll see what kind of happens with that. But I'm excited overall with the team just making it through. We'll see what happens tomorrow if we're facing Barcelona or Atletico Madrid. Either or is going to be a tough match. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that's it for me for this match review. Tough watch. Very, very anxiety-inducing match from the boys, but we pulled it through. I'll see you guys probably Friday for that match preview against Valencia. Adios.